why tell this story? Something I meant to do initially and I forgot, but I want to step back to is I want to talk briefly about the point of this scene. Why tell this story? Because one of the jobs that I take on as a director is to help us all be on the same page, right? I picked this scene because I thought it would work for these three actors, but it's not enough for me to just say, we're doing this scene, right? That doesn't give the actors or the rest of the company any sort of buy-in. So I want to ask you, why tell this story? What about this story is meaningful to y'all, having just read it for the first time?
Well, I think at the core of it, like a family is supposed to be an absolute. Like you're supposed to back your family, love your family, no matter what they do.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, this is testing that limit. Right. There's a moment where I suspect like Noah did something that kind of felt like the family had to kick them out. The family kind of had to was better off without him. So this is kind of exploring that limit of just, okay, is there a way to get you back in? And clearly there's that tension that's still built in.
I found this similar point of interest, like that whole concept, blood is thicker than water, and do I really have to live by that or not? And am I willing to try after having cut that off for a while? So I find that rather interesting and sort of relevant.
One of the things that's really interesting listening to you all read this, I'm interested in the price of readmission, right? Like there's something in the text for me that there's this kind of moment about the talk, right? And this like, okay, I don't know how you're going to be here if we're not going to have the talk, but then at some point there's a shift for Margaret because she kind of extends this olive branch of, okay, mop the floor, right? There's this kind of implication that Noah's about to leave, that the price of readmission was too high, right? Or that you all weren't willing to pay it, or that he couldn't afford it, or whatever it is, right? And of course, I'm talking in terms of emotional price here and not like a literal price. So I think that there's something really interesting about that, and I'm going to be really interested when we play with this to explore the moment between the two of you that leads to your change of heart, right? Because I think that you're not making that decision unilaterally, and so I think that to me, like in addition to everything that you've added, to me this scene really hinges on that moment of you offering that olive branch, right?